So now we have our man animated, only one step. Do you think we can add a hat? Okay, we are animating, and if we add a hat, we are gonna animate the hat. Let's try. Let's open our man. In the content we have completed, front end, and so on. I click on content. I come to the pen tool here, and I want to create a hat. I will just click and start creating the hat. And I'll click here and make it a bit round, make it pointed, put another one here. Here you are, and I will close. Well, it's a nice hat. Let's add another one here, move it to this side, take it down. Well, I like this hat. I will click out, and exactly, it is not very nice. Let's adjust it, and we can move it from here, for example. Cool. Let's see. Well, it's a pretty cool hat. Now, the hat is shape 1. I will rename it hat. I need it to move with the complete head. I will turn down complete head, take the hat, which is here, drop it inside the complete head. It comes to the bottom. I will take it and put it just on top. Now you notice the hat has moved. It's because it's adjusting according to the anchor point of the complete head. I will click out. The hat is not okay. I want to select the hat. I will point to the hat, double click once. This is the head now. You can see complete head. I can select the hat from here or double click again. I press Alt and move in. Why am I moving in? Because I don't want to move the nodes here or the vertices. I want to move the shape. I'll click and move the shape. Let's adjust it. Okay, that's fine. Let's rotate it a bit. Let's go find its anchor point. It's over here. I will use the pen behind. Take the anchor point and put it in the middle somewhere. It doesn't matter. Press alternate zoom in and rotate the hat using the selection tool. Cool. Take it down. Yep, I think we gave him a nice hat. Let's view it at 100%. So the guy now has a hat, which looks pretty funny. Let's see if we animate. Yes, the hat now is animated exactly like the complete head, because it's part of the complete head. So this is how you can add more shapes into your complicated shape. You can add fingers, I don't know, elbows, you know, some pocket here, and it will be animated according to your group. So complete head is a group, front hand is a group of shapes. Okay, just like complete head, and front leg is also called a group of shapes. So you have a group of shapes. Inside the group of shapes, you have shapes. I will talk more about the group shapes and the shapes later on for you to understand them and create animation with them. For now, you understand that this is a group shape, and you can add more shapes inside the group shape, even if you create them outside. Cool, guys. Let's continue our animation. The first thing I want to do is to extend the work area to all the composition. For this, I don't need to drag the work area, and all I have to do is when the cursor is inside the work area and it's a double arrow left and right, I just double click and it becomes the whole work area. I will click on the layer, press U to see all my keyframes. I need to see them all. That's one way to see them. Or I can select my timeline here, you see the blue line, and press the tilde key or the key next to the one above the tab. It will only show me the timeline here. I can manipulate the keyframes, but I don't see the rest. In this case, it is okay. I will come and position the timeline indicator to the last keyframe. I will select the last 2 movements, not the 3 of them, because this is one cycle, if you remember, and this is the second cycle. I want to repeat this one, and I want to repeat this. And you remember that these keyframes are equal to this keyframe. So it's enough to select the last 2, go to the last keyframe. Now I press J to go back, and then add plus 12. Remember, we have 12 here, and paste. And here I am, I have another cycle well positioned at 2 seconds. From here, I will add another 12 and paste again. Now notice at the end of the animation, I cannot go to the end and I cannot reach these keyframes with the time indicator, because a composition is always -1 frame, and you have this frame at the end here. If you press page down, you can go to this frame. A small detail which will create some complication later on when you're playing with time. So now, why do we need these last keyframes? Notice very well that if I don't put any keyframe here, there will be no movement at all here. Let's see it. We press tilde to go back, and you notice I need a keyframe so there is a movement at the end. Of course, I have selected everything. I deselect. Now, if I remove these keyframes, just to show you, I will delete them, then there will be no movement here. So you should always close your composition with keyframes that are identical to the first keyframes, so you have a seamless animation. And this is very important. Otherwise, it will just stop or it will just jump if the last keyframes are not equal to the first keyframes in the last frame plus one. So I will undo here, and I have a very seamless animation that is very beautiful. I press spacebar to run it. Here you are, your man is walking for the entire composition. Cool. But if you extend the time of the composition, you need to extend the keyframes, and this is the complication. It will be much better to use expressions later on. Fine, let's get the guy to move a bit. We select our shape layer and we close all the inside and we open the position. Now I'm opening the position of the layer, not the shapes. I will keyframe the position here, but before I press shift and move the guy outside. Okay, come to the end by pressing the end key. I come to the end of the composition you've seen here, and then take my guy and move it to exit, for example. And let's go back, press play, and here you are. You have a guy walking through your composition. What's beautiful about this? If you come to the beginning here, you click on your guy, you can open scale and reduce his size, and then you have the guy smaller. I can come and duplicate this, and I have another guy. I will come to the position here, select all the position, take my second guy and put it, just in front, maybe somewhere here. I will remove snapping, play, and you have two guys walking. I can delay them. For example, one guy comes and the other guy comes in later, something like this. And even more, you can play with it. You can really have several guys walking. But what is important now, that you have one single shape layer that you are duplicating. Of course, there is still a lot of work to be done to get this guy, for example, walking in a video or walking on your images or maybe in a city or something like this. You have learned a lot, much more than you think. What I would like you to do is download the lectures, go back to them one by one and try to create your own guy and upload it to YouTube, and let us see how marvelous you do motion graphics even with a small guy. The most important here, remember, is to manipulate keyframes, to manipulate shape layers, to manipulate even shapes, and come up with some extraordinary animations. I will see you in the next lecture.